Hello, my name is Peter Stanton, and I've been working on these castings. Started on the horizontal mill, and now we're moving to the Mazak, and this is going to be a video about making the fixture for the Mazak, and then the next video will go into the machine work of the castings themselves. So let's get to this video and see how the fixture was made.
Interesting.
See, here's the broken screw in the pocket. Let's turn this over. On this one, I might be able to reach on this side and grind a little slot in it with the grinder, with the NSK grinder, and back it out with a screwdriver, a small screwdriver. Get the screw out, the broken screw. Steam is caused by that face mill in the aluminum. It's running 4,000 RPM and 100 inches per minute feed rate. This leaves a pretty nice finish, even at that high feed.
dye test say we are. It says we're almost exact. It's about 1.5/10,000ths over a half inch. Maybe a little bit more than that. 1.8/10,000ths of an inch. Should be a very light press fit, which is exactly what I'm going for. See how the dowel pin makes up in there. And that's like about the way I want it. I don't want these things to be pressed in there really, because it won't stay in because the air pressure behind it, but I want to be able to get them out of there if I need to for some reason. And I don't want to drill holes all the way through the fixture and have to drive them out through the back. So this one would intersect the dovetail down here, so I don't really want to do that. So I could probably, they probably would stay in there just once they get the air, the vacuum would hold them in there. Let's see. I mean, that's like as close as you can get without being a actual press fit in there. That hole is almost exactly the same size as the gauge pin. So now I can't pull it out of there. These are close. That's just about exactly the way I want it. Like I said, I don't want to press them in. I could put a touch of Loctite on there to hold it in if I have to, but I want to be able to get them out easily without having to go through some big measures. If I held it in there for a while, the air would bleed out and the vacuum will hold it in. I'm actually only going to use 2 of them to hold the part on. See, this dowel pin might be just a hair. There's a burr on there or something. That one's just a hair bigger in diameter than the other one. I guess these dowel pins have some kind of tolerance on it. And see, that one's 1/10 of a thousandth bigger in diameter than this one is. That's about 2/10. Oh, it's a shade less than 2/10 of a thousandth bigger than a half an inch. And this one is right on about 3/10,000ths over half an inch. So that one actually, I mean, that will go, but it's like a light. I can get it started barely. But this one, as you see, goes in and out. So I must have those holes exactly on about 2/10,000ths over a half an inch.
Okay, this is the way you'd have to put the part on the fixture. First of all, you make sure it's clean here. And then you're going to line up these dowel pins. And this screw goes in this one hole here to hold it on. Right here. Two dowel pins are holding it in alignment. Then you can adjust these. These jack screws. You get them approximately where you want them. And get this spherical washer so that it's making up on there properly, and you can tighten these down. Same with this one down here. You can adjust it out. Because these castings, the ears are going to vary on the castings. I'm going to pull the casting up against this surface actually here, but don't want to put too much force on those ears to distort them. Or when you release this, it might make this go slightly out of flat. It's not really that critical. It's just a piece of angle iron mounts on here that mounts some other things. And even on the drawing, it only claims this has to clean up 70%. If it, you know, if 30% of it doesn't clean up, it's okay on this surface. So that's how you mount the part on the fixture. And the dowel pins that are in here and here, here and here, the two holes I'm using are here and here, will line up the part. And this screw holds it down initially, and then the two jack screws, and we're going to face this area and put two counterbores in here, and then screw two 1/2-13 cap screws in there to hold it down, and then face this whole area. And these two faces get faced, and some holes get put through here, here, and here. The 3/4 inch hole goes all the way through the part here. There's some bosses where that 3/4 inch bore goes through. There's a shaft that fits through here. And a 3-inch counterbore gets put in here. After this gets faced all in here for the hydraulic motor to mount on. And I'd have to look at my photos, but I think there's these bolts in here hold the motor on all the way through to the other part in the assembly. And this, I'm not sure what this 3/4 inch, this close tolerance 3/4 inch bore did here, but it provides me a spot to bolt the part down with the two jack screws back here in order to face this first, and then get my additional fasteners in here to hold it down for the final machining. So the part fits pretty good on the fixture, and right now it's pretty solid. I mean, it's really solid just with those 3 bolts holding it on. And with these additional bolts, it's not gonna go anywhere. And I can rotate it'll be positioned this direction, or we can face this surface with the spindle this way, then face this surface with the face mill with the spindle this way. And we could drill and tap 3 holes, 5/16, 18 I believe, that mount a hydraulic valve on here. And then another one of these holes got to be put in here that I couldn't get from the back side because over here the ear's in the way. But we got to mill a notch here for that bolt. The nut of the there's a U-bolt that goes over the top of a piece of pipe here, and then this 1/2-13 hole here is a jack screw that comes into the bottom of this piece of pipe to hold it, so when they tighten the U-bolt down, it doesn't put a stress on the pipe. It's going into this hydraulic valve that's mounted in here. It's looking pretty good. You can see how much those spherical washers had to move to line up with the bottom of the ears here. And these, of course, every casting will vary. You know, the position of these ears here will vary up and down, and they'll be, you know, tilted at various angles. So I needed this little bit of a movement in these spherical washers to compensate for that. So I wasn't putting a flex on these when I tighten these 2 3/8 bolts down. Well, that's it for the fixture, for the most part. I mean, I recorded a lot more machining content, but I didn't want to make this video like excessively long, and so I showed the kind of the highlights of things. Video recording in the machine is kind of hard to do because of all the coolant and everything, and some people, I think, I don't know, according to the analytics on the YouTube, they kind of skip forward when coolant is blocking the camera and things, and so I'm trying to not show that if I can help it, but you know, it happens. What can you do? But the next video might be of more interest to people that actually do this kind of stuff for a living, because we're going to go into some probing cycles. This lining up on this casting is going to take multiple fixture offsets because of the nature of the casting and where, you know, they vary so much, and you got to line the machining up to the casting, and there's some spot faces that have to clean up but not go too deep on the sides, and the notch thing that I described at the end of the video has to vary every part. It's just, that's just the way it is, you know, with this kind of stuff. So that might be kind of interesting, and you might want to watch that, you know, if this kind of thing is your kind of, you know, your deal, I guess. And man, you know, all the comments and everything on the last videos, or the, you know, the videos that I've been making have been awesome, and I like the questions. If I can help you by answering something, you know, you want to know about, please ask questions. And you know, I appreciate all the new subscribers. If you're a new subscriber, and if you aren't and you like this stuff, please subscribe. You know, it doesn't hurt me. I don't really do this to get subscribers. I would like to, because, you know, I don't even monetize the videos or anything, because I mean, I don't know what I've got. I've got less than 500,000 views so far. So, you know, at $1 per 1,000, you know, it's not worth it to me to do it. But I do appreciate, you know, all the subscribers, and maybe my stuff is of help to you, you know. So thanks for watching.